Hello, everyone, and welcome to the LOBoratory, or the Land Brand Laboratory. This is Holly Chantal, your head Mad Brand Scientist, and it's been a couple weeks, so long time no see. Typically, we meet every Wednesday at 12 o'clock Eastern Time. The last 2 weeks I was traveling at a conference, and so we didn't meet. So today we're going to talk about how to stay productive this summer because, ending of school in June is right around the corner. The kiddos are going to be home, and oftentimes summer becomes a great excuse to kind of slack off and take it easy in your business, and that's a huge mistake. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, is how to keep your mojo going, keep the momentum going while still enjoying what is for many people their favorite season. And you might hear some little peeps in the background. I have my 10 chicks are actually in my office, so you can probably hear them. And that's what I'm doing this summer. Is we're building a chicken coop. We got some chickens, and we are some backyard homesteaders. So let's go ahead and get started. Going over to my screen. So funny what 2 weeks will do as far as forgetting how to run webinars and how to send out reminders. I'm sure you guys have experienced similar things. All right. So the game plan today is we're going to talk about why summer is not the time to slack off and take it easy, and why you should keep your mojo going, how to get into the groove and maximize your productive time, why popsicles make great rewards, and how all of this hard work will pay off in the end. So in summer, it's so easy to want to slack off because the weather is beautiful, the kids are home, which makes working sometimes difficult. You typically have your summer vacations. There's just so much going on in summer that does not scream work. But the thing is that you started your business, one, because it's something that you really enjoy doing, and two, it is something that will work around your schedule. So while it may be tempting to slack off, you really don't want to do that. I'm going to show you ways to make tweaks to your schedule and to how you're running your business so that you can keep your mojo going, you can still enjoy doing what you love while also still enjoying the season. And the reasons you want to work through summer is because the momentum is difficult to get back later if you slack off now. Fall is probably one of the busiest seasons. So for many coaches, January, February are when things start to ramp up with New Year's resolutions and new goals being set for the year, those kinds of things. And then fall is a headlong rush to the end of the year. And it's one of the best times to sell your coaching programs, your online courses, different packages and programs, because people are recommitting to their business until the end of the year. And it's also a time for them to know how much money they have to spend in relation to, how much money they made as far as tax purposes go. You'll notice that there's a lot of sales and a lot of big promotions happening in November, December. Well, if you want to be ready and be on board for that, then you need to make your preparations in July and August, because the more you plan ahead, the easier it is going to be for you to run your business. So if you're slacking off, there are huge opportunities being missed, not just in the fall and the lack of planning for one of your busiest seasons, but also not everyone goes away during the summer. And it is a great time for you to work with clients that maybe need a little help staying accountable, or maybe they have goals for what they want to accomplish over the summer and into the fall. And it's a great time to work. I like to run group programs in the summer. I like to do classes and that kind of thing because it's leveraged for my time. Plus, it's the perfect time for many of my clients to get some work done that they might not necessarily be able to do during the really busy seasons. And it just goes to show you that you can still really, let's back up a little bit. You really can still get results while enjoying summer. So you don't have to necessarily give up all the fun in order to continue to make money throughout the summer. So what can you do? Well, one thing is you can create a new summer schedule. So what does that mean? Well, this is your opportunity, because you have an excuse, to change things up in your business a little bit. We kind of get into this day in and day out schedule and routine, and you're not going to be able to keep up with that over the summer. Unless, you know, you don't have kids, you don't have any outside influences that are any different during summer than any time of the year, then maybe, you know, staying in that routine's fine. But that's kind of boring. What if you took summer as an opportunity to try to run your business a little bit differently? And what you might find is that you like running it this way and it sticks, and you can carry it throughout the year. So one of the things you might do is cut back on your hours or the days you work. So maybe you only work in the mornings during the summer. So you're working 8 to 12, doing all your calls, all your marketing, all of your, you know, must-do business activities in the morning, and that gives you the afternoon to play. Or maybe you start taking 3 or 4 day weekends and condense all of your work into 3 days a week. These things are totally possible once you make the commitment to do it. And now is the opportunity. Now is the excuse, if you will, to try some of these new things. When I've shared with you guys before that when I had the baby, things became a little bit difficult as far as my schedule. So what I was doing for a while is I would only have a babysitter Tuesday through Thursday for just a couple hours a day. So that meant that I had to condense my working time to Tuesday to Thursday, only 5 hours a day. Well, lo and behold, I could still run a business during that time. Would never have thought to do that in a million years. So what I ended up, and then I ended up getting a babysitter for all 5 days. So now I still mostly take Monday and Friday off to do, you know, outside business activities. So working on products, working on videos, launches, putting together LOBoratory calls, all of the kind of extra stuff in my business. And then Tuesday through Thursday is really focused on working with clients, meeting with JV partners, doing webinars, and that kind of thing. So sometimes if you try something new, it actually changes how you do your work, and you end up with a schedule that you're much more happy with. Another thing you can do is get out of your office and work somewhere else. For me, this is literally just walking out and working on the porch, because thank goodness it is finally warm. I live in New Hampshire and it has been frigid all winter. So I have a screened-in porch so that I can overlook the backyard, which will hopefully soon have some chickens in it if I can get them out of my office. And I work from there because you have the cool breeze. It's just a much more pleasant working environment. So you're working somewhere else, maybe somewhere on your property in your own home, or you could go to a local coffee shop or library or co-working space. Just getting out of your office and you know, taking a walk just to be outside for a while is not a bad idea. And you might find that you become more productive when you start, you know, getting inspiration from your surroundings, and it's not the kind of humdrum staring at the same walls as you do every day. Another thing you can do is automate and outsource the silly things. So the things that you really don't need to be doing, like setting up your newsletter or you know, setting up things on your website. Those are things that are easily outsourced. If you, I mean, you can write your own copy. If you write your own copy, then you just outsource the, you know, uploading it, writing articles, those kinds of things. So the things that you don't really require your time and attention, try outsourcing them for the summer. It's a great experiment to try because summer is only a few months long. You can budget money for it for that short term, see how it works, see how much it pays off in the end, and then you might decide to continue with it. But as I say, whenever you're thinking about making a big change in your business, like hiring a virtual assistant or doing some kind of adding some kind of marketing activity, do it as an experiment. So summer is the perfect time to try this. Create a new summer-only ritual. So what does this mean? Well, most of us have habits. We get up, we brush our teeth, we take a shower, we eat breakfast, and depending on who you are, you might do those things in a particular order. And you probably have rituals around your business as well. So for summer, try something different. Instead of drinking your coffee at the breakfast table, drink it outside. Or maybe instead of drinking coffee, you're going to drink some summer tea, something that makes you feel summery and enjoying this season. So what other rituals could you add to your day, or what rituals could you change because, hey, it's summer and maybe you want to be outside more, so your ritual might be taking a walk in the morning. Make that time for yourself. And it's going to refresh your mind, refresh your mojo in wanting to focus on your business when you're not depriving yourself of being able to be outside and have that vitamin D infusion. And don't just plan your vacations. So summer is a great time to take vacations, but instead of just planning it, also plan what's going to happen before and after in your business. The more things you can set up to go automatically before you go on vacation, the better. So setting up your newsletter ahead of time, setting up any other follow-up emails ahead of time, handing some things off to your assistant that can be done while you're gone. I recommend setting things up for at least the week prior to vacation, so you're not having to rush last second to do things. And then 1 to 2 weeks after vacation, have some of those things on autopilot, because as you know, coming back from vacation, you're not always at your most motivated or organized. So now is the time to set up some of those things so that you're not scrambling later. You don't have to think about or worry about anything while you're gone. So why are these things going to make you more productive? Well, for one, when you're relaxed and you're not longing to be outside and enjoying yourself, you're going to get more done. It's kind of like being on a diet. If you are not allowed to have sugar, that's all you're going to want and you're going to obsess over it. Well, if you're not allowed to step foot outside of your office and enjoy summer because you know you have work to get done, that's all you're going to think about. And then you're going to start procrastinating and fantasizing and daydreaming. Well, allow yourself a little bit of indulgence. Allow yourself in a structured way. So making your schedule different, making your routines different. When you're focused for shorter periods, you're going to get more done. So let's say you do try the 8 to 12 schedule and then taking the afternoons off. What I have found, since now, with the baby, I only have 5 hours a day where he's at a babysitter, I find that I get stuff done so much quicker because I don't have time to think about it. I don't have time to hem and haw about decisions. I drop the boy off, I come back, and I sit down and I'm focused for those 5 hours doing what needs to be done. My husband can't even fathom it. Whenever he works from home, he gets nothing done. And you become more disciplined when you have a shorter amount of time. But what that allows me to do is I have 5 hours a day where I am completely focused on my business and what needs to get done. But in the mornings, I get to hang out with my boy. We get to go outside and play, kick a ball around, go for a walk. I get to, in the afternoons, we still have 4 or 5 hours of daylight after I go pick him up to do even more things. So I'm still getting that quality time while also being able to run a very successful business. And you can do the same thing. It's just sometimes takes making an intentional change to do that. And sometimes when you know that there's a popsicle at the end of the day, or some other tempting reward, like maybe a swim or going down to the lake or just being outside, when you know that that's waiting for you, you're gonna go through your tasks much quicker. It's that like light at the end of the tunnel. You know that you're working for something that's going to be very rewarding and make you very happy. And then what about your clients? You know what? Your clients will respect you if you set these kind of boundaries. They might even want to do it for themselves. But just communicating that, for summer, these are your different hours, or for summer, these are some things that they need to be aware of that are happening in your business. It gives you the perfect excuse to kind of change things up a little bit. And people are more than understanding. That's what it always surprises me when I make a change, or when I, make a decision in my business and I share it with my clients. They're always fully supportive, and they, will make accommodations for, things like that. And for the most part, it's not a huge inconvenience to limit your hours or to limit the days you're working. It's easy for them to change their schedule a little bit, because they're people too, and they understand that you have your own needs. So just be upfront and communicate what it is you'd like to do, and chances are you're going to get wholehearted support. So what is the payoff? So what is the payoff of making these changes and being productive all summer? Well, for one, you're going to have less guilt at the end of August. You're not going to look back and be like, oh my gosh, I just lost 3 months of my business. Things aren't going very well. Now I have to hit in the head. I missed the opportunity to do a September launch. You're not going to have any of that. You're also going to have more excitement for the fall because you have everything done. This summer, I'm going to be running a course on how to create and launch your own online course. That's strategic because it gives people time all summer to work on their course, bring their material together, get all the marketing stuff in place so that they can launch in the fall and have make some extra money for, Christmas presents, or being able to go somewhere for the winter or something like that. So being able to make more money in the fall is going to make you much happier that you worked so hard all summer. And you're going to have a new outlook on how you work, and maybe adopt some of these practices year-round. So at the end of the summer, you can look back on how these changes affected your business, your mindset, your productivity. Because, like I said, it's an experiment, and the third step of running an experiment is to analyze what happened, and then decide what you're going to keep, what you're going to improve, and what just didn't work. So as a recap, summer is a great time to experiment with your schedule because you have an excuse. Enjoy your business because that's why you started it. Work it into the lifestyle that you love. This is a chance for you to kind of redesign your schedule and redesign what you're doing so that it's even more of you in your business. Number 3 is eat lots of popsicles, i.e. reward yourself tremendously, and it will keep you motivated. And with a little extra effort now, you're going to have a big payoff in the fall when things get busy again. So that is the presentation for today. And next week, we're going to talk about how to package and price your services. I know that topic is going to be very popular, so make sure that you guys are in early, and I promise I will send the reminder at the right time that next morning. If you have any questions around how to package your services and how to price them, shoot me an email at holly@thelandofbrand.com so that I can incorporate them into the presentation. And if you also have any topics that you would like to see in the LOBoratory, email holly@thelandofbrand and I will get them on the schedule. Right now, because it is summer, I have not planned out, or it's almost summer, I haven't planned out my topics for the next couple of months because I'm going to be traveling quite a bit. So now is the time to send your questions to make sure that we get them on the schedule ASAP. So I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week. I missed you dearly while I was gone, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye, everyone.